Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with Tata. And in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about a web service known as HAX, which is a headless content management system. And before I kind of get into what that means, how to use this website, and so on and so forth, I just want to show you guys how easy it is to actually create this website using the template that's already kind of pre-made for you. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to hax.psu.edu. And then you're going to see in here, I already have, once it loads, a website queued up, Tech with Tata. And that's where I'm going to be like walking you guys through and showing you how to make those specific pages. So normally you would just click new site, but since I already have this one and I don't have anything in it just quite yet, it's really easy to both edit and add new pages. It's extremely self-explanatory. So if you want to edit this text, you would go over to edit page control and say maybe I want to just add some exclamation points for the sake of demonstration. I would then click Save Page Content, and that would be that. Additionally, if I want to add a page, I would go like this, and maybe I want to make this page named Video because I'm making this YouTube video. I would create the page, and then Video would be a separate little tab in this navigation panel. So that's extremely easy, and now I'm going to go through and add all of my content that relates to explaining what HAX is, and I'll be right back. As I'm editing this, I just want to show you guys how easy it is. Literally, if I want to add a new tab to my website, all I do is click the return button and then maybe put in something like what is API 3.0, and then it immediately becomes a page on the sidebar. This is an extremely easy to use website. I just want to show that for sake of demonstration. I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back, and now I put all my content in. As you can see, it's very easy. But to elaborate more on what HAX is, it stands for Headless Authorizing Experience, which is just one of the headless content management systems. So in layman's terms, there's a front end and a back end to every website. The front end is what the viewer is seeing, and the back end is kind of like the code and more complicated stuff that you're going to associate with just like general IST coding. And a headless service, while typical websites, these two front and back work together, to my understanding, a headless management system allows it to be separated. So this is just so that people can focus on making the pages more customizable. So like HAX in layman's terms, like I said here, is like one giant web component. And we learned in last week's episode that that just means it's like one giant customizable like widget. And although it's abstract, it makes it a revolutionary tool and makes it a very unique tool. Something that I'm not familiar with, but I think that it's extremely easy to use, as I just said. There's also it utilizes JSON, which is like basically just a way to outline and emphasize relationships between your different pieces of content within a website. So it really makes sure that back end can be as straightforward as possible and is very like not complex. So it makes that customizable feature even more easy for someone like me who's not an IST major to utilize. And a further explanation can be linked and found here at a GitHub that our professor kind of walks through. Additionally, like these websites all utilize Swagger. So Swagger, kind of a cool name, but it's a service that opens up multiple API access tools to help simplify API at scale for larger companies, organizations, and services. So to my understanding, Swagger is basically like a giant Google Translate. And what I mean by that is it allows code to be human readable, computer readable, and helps make these really complex and abstract libraries easy to understand for people of coding background and like no coding background. And again, this is incorporated into HAX to really make sure that it's as user friendly as possible. So in terms of some of the feedback and just like overall editing and utilizing HAX as a website, I am a very big supporter of it. I think it's extremely easy to use. It's similar to like a Doxify or even something like a Wix.com. Super easy to go in and edit things. I wish I had known about this for other projects I was saying just because it's so easy. Some of the cons I would say is that it definitely seems like it could be structured a little bit more and developed more. It's a little bit less professional looking. And just the concept of headless content management systems is a little more abstract. But overall, I loved HAX and I hope you learned something in this video and I'll see you next week.